So it's not a secret that the past month has just been an overwhelming wave of Megaminx releases, but ultimately we just want to know which one is the best. So in this video, I'm going to compare some viable Megaminx mains instead of letting you go out and waste your money buying all of them. But I mean, it is your money, so YOLO! Now I'm only going to compare the following Megaminxes because I do believe that they're really the only ones worth looking into buying. Whether you're on a tight budget or willing to go all out on getting the so-called perfect Megaminx, these fit on both ends of the spectrum. So let's just get into the comparison. So let's start off with the ShengShou Aurora. To put it briefly, the Aurora Megaminx is basically a pre-Florian modded original ShengShou. It's buttery smooth, has fantastic corner cutting, and lockups are minimal to non-existent, and it's able to hone fast and slow speeds depending on how you set it up. I'd say the only slight problem it has though are these small ridges in the corners. While they do the job of helping you grip the puzzle more easily, a large part of the puzzle still has a flat surface, and so it isn't perfectly reliable. It honestly has no truly significant issues though. Performance is great, pricing adheres to all budgets, and it's even suitable for world-class Megaminx solvers. Next, let's talk about the Yuhu R. Now I do have the original Yuhu, but the updated R version is just a complete upgrade from this unstable mess, and it is the same price, so unless you're totally unreasonable, only consider the Yuhu R. So getting down to it, this Megaminx is stable. Even out of the box, I noticed it wasn't deforming all that much and was super easy to turn without getting any major lockups or catches, and even after setting up, it still retains that stable feeling, but of course it has much better speed in corner cutting, but I'm afraid with the exception of reverse. The only real downside to any of the Yuhu series though, is the larger tiled grips it has. Now I do have moderately sized hands, but after doing just a few solves, I find that my hands get tired more easily from having to control such a large puzzle. And unless you get the stickerless version, the tiles really do hinder your recognition, since you see more of the plastic rather than the stickers themselves. So while the Yuhu R does perform equally as well as any other high-end Megaminx, I'd say it's really only suitable for those that have considerably larger hands. So even after having been released so long ago, the Dayan is still a viable Megaminx option today, but in my opinion, only after a considerable amount of breaking in. It pretty much follows the trend of any other Dayan puzzle. Out of the box, it's terrible and garbage worthy, but after setting it up and doing about a few hundred solves, it becomes pretty decent. The speed is fast but controllable, and stability isn't any cause for concern, but the Dayan Megaminx frequently catches and locks up. Now I've tried various ways of tensioning and lubing, but make one wrong move and it consistently catches. Some ways to remedy this are either to spend tedious weeks and months breaking it in, or to go through long hours modding all those pieces. One major thing I do like about the Dayan though are the ridges. It's super effective in helping you grip the puzzle and yet doesn't make it feel overwhelmingly big like the Yuhu. So bottom line, unless you're willing to go through excruciating hours to make this Megaminx good, I'd say consider something more modern. And lastly in the lineup, we have the XMan Galaxy Megaminx. Since its release, it's gotten a lot of hype and praise, but does this puzzle truly deserve it? I think so. Now I don't want to go as far as to say that it's the perfect Megaminx, but the performance would definitely encourage most people to say that. The effortless corner cutting just makes the puzzle flow while turning, lockups and catches pretty much just don't happen, and it turns smoothly and quickly while still maintaining stability. Now the XMan Megaminx is ever so slightly larger than the average size Megaminx, but the difference is so minute that it's really no cause for concern. And if I were to be really picky, I would like to mention that the center caps on this puzzle are like the annoying thunderclap caps. The upside of these though, you actually don't have to worry about the puzzle turning drastically differently if you have the caps on or off, and the only real annoyance comes from initially having to take these caps off. So all in all, I'd say these Megaminxes have essentially the same performance capabilities, but some may just take less work than others to get to their full potential. But ultimately, the answer to the question, which one is the best? I'd say none of them. Alright, now hold up, let me explain. The only one that really needs work is the Dayan, but besides that, all the other Megaminxes perform equally as well and all have minor downsides to them that may not be notable for everyone. So instead of answering the quote-unquote real question, I'm just going to tell you which one I like best, and that's the Galaxy. But I want to remind you that that's only my opinion in regards to my own turning style, and of course others may disagree and have their own preferences. So I'll just list the Megaminxes in order from best to worst in various categories to help you decide on getting a Megaminx. And that about wraps it up for this comparison. So if you want to get any of these Megaminxes that I showed in this video, then I recommend checking out SpeedCubeShop.com, and when you do place an order from them, then use my code TCCubes to get 10% off. And if you have any further questions that this video may not have answered, then feel free to leave them in the comments below. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video and found it helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.